Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Miller. Can you hear me? Mr. Miller, can you hear me? Mr. Miller, can you hear me? Mr. Miller? He's frozen. Well, we're in our daily struggle. We're getting there. Mr. Miller, can you hear me?
I can.
All right. You need to take off your hat for starters. Thank you.
Sorry.
All right. Thank you. This is file 201446. It's entitled People versus Christopher Caston Miller. Mr. Miller, you were put on probation for malicious destruction of property last October. Your probation officer, Autumn Kiefer, filed a probation violation petition alleging that you failed to abstain from the use of alcohol or drugs, failed to submit to a test, and acknowledge you would be positive for alcohol or drug use. She's recommending, your probation agent is, that I recommend you revoke your probation. You have a right to have a hearing regarding that probation violation allegation, and you have the right to have an attorney on this. There's a substantial chance that you'll go to jail for this. So my recommendation is that you have an attorney to assist you with this. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Is that
He's
what you
actually
wish?
in trial. Yes, he's in trial right now.
Yeah, who's your attorney? Forgot.
Gary Stewart.
All right. Show your plead not guilty. Set a PV hearing. You need to be here in person.
I'm actually supposed to be going to rehab. Depending on how far out it is.
Unless you're in residential rehab.
Okay, thank you.
You got a 4 signal. We're opening the court back up.
Actually, I just plead guilty.
Well, all right, let's talk about that. I don't rely on this signal. If you wish to plead guilty, we can do that, but you're going to have to come here to the court. We can set it as soon as tomorrow.
Okay.
This is a prime example. It's frozen. I don't know whether you're hearing me or not. Do you wish to plead guilty?
Yes, sir.
All right, then I want you to come to the court tomorrow morning at 8:30, and we'll take your plea at that time. Did you hear that?
Yes, sir. I can try to go closer to the house, maybe get signal if that helps.
Nope, we're going to do it live. We'll put you in the conference room. We'll take your plea tomorrow at 8:30 at the courthouse.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll see you then.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I wasn't going to try to do that with a potential jail sentence and other information that's going on. He certainly does need to go to rehab, but I'm not going to. We'll see whether it appears tomorrow. Now, they stuck Dallas Davison in here. Is that yours, Matt?
Yes, it is. He's in custody.
I said set it ASAP, so they set it for this morning. And Melissa's his attorney, and she's in a hearing.
He doesn't. This isn't a trial or a hearing, though. This is an arraignment.
Well, I just see him yesterday.
Yeah, but I talked to Sam, and it sounded like you had just said set for arraignment as soon as possible. I don't know that you saw him for the arraignment, because he's going to want an attorney on this one, would be my guess. I'd like to know what he got picked up on in Kalamazoo to bring him down here.
It says he got picked up on this. Let me look at my notes. He wasn't in the queue. Actually, what I wanted set was the PV hearing. I thought I did the arraignment yesterday.
You might have. I didn't. I tried to catch it. I thought maybe you'd pull me in, but yeah.
Let's see here what happened. He has a new traffic case, which is 211087.
Mm-hmm.
I needed that one to be pulled up. Zoom arraignment on PV bench warrant, arrested at home, bond canceled, set for PV arraignment ASAP. Okay, so this is an arraignment. I'll bring him in. I don't think Melissa's available. I asked if she would come.
Enter your ID followed by pound.
What?
Enter your PIN followed by pound.
Sorry, sir. I was trying to hit a different button.
Couldn't figure out what was going on. Hi, could I see Dallas Davison at the Polycom room?
Well, certainly. We'll get him down there right now.
Thank you.
All right, yeah, bye.
Good morning, Deborah.
Hello.
This got set on short notice. I emailed Melissa to see if she could join us, and she said, sure. So we'll tell her we're ready.
Can we do a hearing if he's not been
I
arraigned
don't
yet?
know. We'll see. If not, we'll set it for a hearing.
Also, did your notes say that he was picked up at home?
That's what he told me.
I'd be interested
Picked up.
to see why the police came to his house.
He told me they came to pick him up for this.
I happened to hear that there was a be on the lookout for him on the 3rd. So I just emailed Central Dispatch to say, do you have any notes as to why there was a be on the lookout for him? Because that triggered my thoughts yesterday too when he said that.
Good morning, Melissa. Thanks for joining us on short notice. We're going to do a probation violation arraignment on Mr. Davison. He was your client on a methamphetamine felony charge reduced to a misdemeanor. I talked to him yesterday and you were busy, so I reset the arraignment for this morning and was going to do the arraignment. We had several John Bush cases and we managed to do them, but I didn't call in Mr. Stickley or you. So we're going to arraign him and see what he wants to do. Matt is recommending, I think, a revocation of probation. He had 91 days credit 1. He's got 82 days deferred. He didn't even do his original time, did he, Matt?
No, he hasn't done. He started treatment and that was about it.
But he didn't do the original days he was
Jail.
supposed to do.
No.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Davidson. When I talked to you yesterday, I said we would try to do this matter as soon as we could. And at inconvenience to everybody else involved, I got all the stars aligned to arraign you on this probation violation. Your probation agent, Matthew Huff, is here. Your attorney, Melissa Halleck, is here. She had an important case in another court settle, and all of a sudden she was available. And Deborah Davis is here from the prosecutor's office. So let's recap.
I'd like to thank every one of you for being here then. Thank you.
All right. You were put on a probation on a use of methamphetamine that was reduced from a felony possession of methamphetamine. I gave you 91 days jail credit 1, leaving 82 days to serve, or leaving 91 days to serve, but 82 were deferred, meaning you had 10 days to do on weekends. Apparently you didn't do any of those, and the allegation is that you violated your probation. You also got a driving suspended ticket on May 25th and filed 211087. The allegation is, let me actually pull the thing up. I'm trying to find the PV petition. The allegation is you were put on probation and you tested positive for meth and marijuana on May 15th. You failed to appear for a test on May 17th and May 21st. And then you violated your probation by failing to report in June. Then you further violated your probation by getting the driving suspended ticket and filed 211087. You failed to appear for arraignment in that case, and a criminal warrant was issued. You also allegedly violated your probation by failing to comply with treatment. You started probation, attended 2 sessions, and then fell off the map. Your probation agent says at this point, Dallas has shown he's not willing to put in the work to do this probation. It's one thing to test positive while suffering from an addiction. It's another when he continues to display disregard of the consequences of his actions, not only through new non-compliance, but picking up a new offense. His recommendation is that we impose the 90 days of your jail that were left. So that's the allegation, that you violated your probation by several different methods. His recommendation is that the probation be revoked. You've also got this traffic ticket that's hanging out here. You're entitled to have a hearing on that violation where they would have to prove beyond a probable cause standard that you violated your probation, preponderance standard, that you violated your probation. They would take testimony and present evidence if necessary. You would have a right to have an attorney with you. Ms. Halleck is here and she would represent you at that PV hearing. You also have a right to simply admit the violation if you wish, and we would then figure out what to do next. Would you like to talk privately to your lawyer, Ms. Halleck, before you make a decision about that?
May I please, sir?
Certainly.
Thank you.
Melissa, I really appreciate your being here.
You're welcome.
Matt, was that your PSI on UCAB Andrews or was it Daniel's?
The screening, but yeah,
All right, it didn't have a signature on it, so I couldn't figure out who it was.
it won't let me sign them. And the only way I can do it is to recreate the document. And when I do that, then you have the wrong revision that pops into yours. And so it just creates more confusion, but I'll try to figure out how to
Just
do it
put
the right
your
way.
initials MD on there somewhere or something, because when I get them, I can't, so I knew it wasn't Autumn, but I sent it to both of you. Anyway, we're apparently back on for that.
Oh, yeah.
It was off and now Melissa is available, and so we're gonna do it.
Okay. I may be a few minutes late because
That's what I understand. You gotta be with Judge Beardsley. And I was concerned about that because I thought, well, where's this gonna go?
Mhm.
And then I realized everyone's just gonna dial into his court in Battle Creek.
Yeah.
Some I had done here, the most recent Branch County case I did, I dialed into the Branch County courtroom from here.
Wow. Seems confusing.
Well, it wasn't ideal, but we were able to make a record and do what we needed to do.
Central Dispatch just called me with some info about Davison. I gotta call Vicksburg PD real quick, but that's where I'm gonna be off for a quick second.
Thank you. What is today?
7th.
Today's the 8th. No, today's the 7th. That was yesterday's 6th. Matt, did you get a new cool truck with chrome wheels and
I wouldn't call it new, 2011, but yes, we did get a truck.
no, you guys look good in it.
Well, thanks.
Does it have 5,000 songs loaded in its sound system?
No, I got to get a flash drive into the old Dodge Avenger and transfer them over. Unfortunately.
Does this thing have a hard drive in it?
No, it's got the, the Bluetooth deal. I think that's the move that people made around that time, is they figured you keep your phones on an iPod or an iPhone or whatever. But I liked having the hard drive. You could just look it up by.
Yeah, I don't think that lasted very long, but it's kind of a cool feature in there.
I had a DVD player too. It's kind of nice. Gets rainy, go out at lunch, start the car, put a movie in.
Okay. Mine's a 2011. Sally's car is new, but meets my needs. Has a CD player.
Gets the job done. I hear those new Tacomas are pretty fancy too.
Lucas has one, a new one, but they're real hard to get.
Mm-hmm.
I went up for service in late May. There wasn't one car in the lot at Metro Toyota. There was a plain vanilla white Corolla, looked like a rental car in the showroom. That was it. They had no product.
Wow.
So this is a good time to sell a used car, but not a real good time to buy a new car.
Yeah.
Let's see. That guy never showed up for the pretrial this morning.
No, he did not. Did you get my email, Debbie?
No.
I had so many fails to appear. I sent an email out, looked at the jail population. I sent it to the other judges. Of 103 people in the jail, 41 have a fail to appear component. And that's failing to appear for arraignment, probation violation, bond violation, status conference. Judge Pattison replied with a one-word answer, Zoom. I don't know if Zoom has caused people to just feel like they don't have to show up or something else is going on, but we can't make it any easier than for people to appear by Zoom. I'll bring Mr. Davison back from the breakout room. All right, Attorney Halleck is back. Mr. Davison is back. And I had arraigned him and advised him of his right to have a hearing in this regard. And it's only appropriate that he'd have an opportunity to talk to his lawyer, especially since we did this on such short notice. Ms. Halleck, what's your client's preference here?
Your Honor, he would plead guilty to all counts with the exception of, if you had mentioned, he indicates that he has a medical marijuana card and that his understanding with Mr. Huff was that he could use marijuana in acceptable amounts.
All right. Well, let's talk about that, Mr. Davidson. Anybody promise you anything to get you to make that plea?
Not at all, sir.
Do you understand you're giving up the rights that we were just talked about a bit ago?
I do believe that, sir, yes.
So apparently you just relapsed. You test positive for meth. You also got charged with a driving charge and you stopped reporting for treatment. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. That's when I panicked. That's.
All right.
Listen, may I please say something?
Yeah, you can say as much as you'd like. I'd like to hear what you have to say, but Ms. Davis was doing some background checking while you were in the breakout room. Ms. Davis, what's the status?
Clear, I'm waiting for a call back from Kalamazoo County Dispatch, but I did confirm with our dispatch that on July 3rd at 7:30 p.m., Officer Herrick from Vicksburg Police Department put out a request to be on the lookout for Mr. Davison because he had probable cause to arrest him. And county officers checked the house in Mendon that they had an address for. He was not there. Officer Herrick got a tip around 9:20 that he was in Three Rivers at an apartment, and Three Rivers officers went there and could not locate him. So when I called Kalamazoo County, they were able to tell me that they were dispatched on the 3rd for an assault. And so they don't know the nature of the assault or who was assaulted, why they were looking for him.
Mr. Davison, Mr. Davison, do not receive that right now.
Don't say anything about the assault, but when you told me they picked you up at your house, all they arrested you on was this bench warrant and then brought you to Centerville jail?
That is correct, sir.
All right, we won't get into that other stuff at this point. All right, here you are in our jail.
No, I can speak on that stuff. I was the one that was attacked. I was the one that was attacked, Miss Halleck. I have scratches all over me from this woman, that okay. Amanda, Miss Halleck.
I don't want you to get into any of the details about that because I don't know how that's all going to come out. The question is, what do we do with you now? So don't get into that circumstance, but you told me you panicked, you fell off a cliff, and eventually you knew you were going to get picked up on a warrant. What else do you want me to know?
Your Honor, I need this accountability. Sir, Mr. Huff, I need this probation, okay? I need this accountability. If you guys just throw the book at me, give me 90 some days or whatever, what do you think I'm going to do when I get out? I'm going to want to I'm probably going to want to go and get high. Look, will you please give me time, sir? Let me get out of here and let me show you that I mean business, okay? I have never once asked for anything like this in my entire life. I have always said, no, just give me the time. Just give me the time. I don't want to do that shit. Please, let me show you that this is my life on the line, okay? Mr. Huff, Mr. Middleton, Mrs. Davis, Mrs. Hallett. Look, I'm not.
Somehow you got muted, Dallas.
Sorry?
I
sorry?
I lost your audio for a minute, but
Yeah,
I can hear you now. But I heard what you said. All right.
I want the chance to show you that I mean business. Look, I will take drug tests every single day if I have to show you that I mean business. Okay?
Well,
you tell me where you want me to be and what time the drug test is, and I will be there to do it. You tell me where you want me to get a job at, and I will go there to get a job. I don't want to do this anymore. I've got 2 kids that love me. I've got a woman that loves me, and I'm a smart guy. Okay, and I'm tired of doing this. Give me a chance to show you that I mean business, please. You know what? If I screw this up, throw the book at me then. Okay,
right.
But give me a shot. Okay, I panicked and I apologize.
All right, we can possibly accommodate both things. Now you have this traffic ticket. File 211087. You need to be arraigned on that. You got a ticket on May 25th for driving with a suspended license as a second offense. There was also a no proof of insurance. Any jail time?
My mom's car.
All right. Are you willing to plead guilty to that charge?
Look, Your Honor, I will plead guilty to everything right now, except for the marijuana, because it was my understanding, and I'm sorry if I misunderstood.
Oh, that's fine. Ms. Davis, would you dismiss the no proof of insurance?
Yes. we would.
All right. I'm going to take care of that driving suspended. You've been in jail for 2 days.
I wasn't kidding about taking drug tests every day if you want, Mr. Huff. I'll even come to you.
All right, I'm going to do on the driving charge 2 days, credit 2 days, concurrent with the drug charge. Melissa, your client's pretty much stated his position on this. Is there anything else you wish to add?
Just that he does have employment, Your Honor, at a flooring center that he's worked at for about 2 months now. He does have a place to live. He does have a home, so he wouldn't be homeless. And he understands that he needs to comply with drug screening. And just that he's requesting at least that even if he does jail time, he's like time served, but he's new probation. That's all.
All right. Ms. Davis, anything you wish to add?
Your Honor, it appears that Mr. Davison is struggling greatly with addiction, and we've gave him a very, very generous offer when this happened and reduced the felony to a misdemeanor, even though he had more than just residue. But he was honest when the officers asked him, and he seemed like he truly wanted help. The problem is he's saying the right things, but he's not showing by his actions that he wants the help. I mean, he tested positive and didn't get violated right away. Then he's driving 70 in a 55 down 131 in a very dangerous area where we have a lot of accidents. He didn't mention anything to the officer about being on probation or having one of the conditions to be not driving. The officer simply gave him a ticket, towed, and he went on his way. I'm thinking he didn't report that to his probation officer. Maybe he did. But that would have been the time when he first tested positive in May to go to Matt and say, I need help. I can't do this on my own.
You're right.
I'm uncomfortable with the fact that there's a potential assault, and this Amanda that he mentioned is on his contact list at the jail and was probably the person that he was with when he got arrested. So it sounds like that might be a toxic relationship, which again, if he got assaulted on the 3rd and he knew they were struggling, then he should have maybe cooperated with the police, not had to be on the lookout and had 3 different agents looking for him. I don't think he's ready for the treatment portion of this yet. I think he needs some forced sobriety time and then an intensive treatment situation.
I will lose everything. I will lose everything. Please don't do this to me. I know.
Just a minute. I've heard your opinion. Melissa, apparently you're needed in Judge Patterson's courtroom at 10. I didn't realize there was another hearing over there. In fact, I didn't even know Judge Patterson was even here today. I thought he was still on vacation.
I don't have anything on my calendar.
He said he needs you at 10. All right, Mr. Davison, you want to continue on the probation? People have all right, we're going to do it. But
thank you. Thank you.
Well, no, you're not going to thank me because you're going to get 47 days credit 2, leaving 45 days to serve, and that'll leave 45 days hanging over your head. Your probation.
I can't do 45 days. I'll lose everything. I will lose my house. I'll lose my job. I'll lose everything, Your Honor. Please don't do that to me.
Mr. Davison, because you are struggling. You got a felony reduced to a misdemeanor. You need some forced sobriety time, and you're going to get it. 45 days minus good time. And if you really want to still be on probation, you can be. Everybody wants to be on probation if they get right out of jail. You need to be in jail to get your head on straight. All right, Melissa, I don't know what you're needed for next door. I didn't even know Judge Patterson was here.
He's marked off the docket.
Let's see.
Yeah, I have it for a hearing for an ex parte that was ordered. They did not.
All right. I apologize to him. Why don't you go ahead and log in over there?
Okay, thank you.
All right. I took 11 minutes of his time. I didn't know this was going to be a conflict. But again, thank you for coming in to resolve this.
You're welcome.
There's not much else to say about Mr. Davidson except he needs to be where he is. 47 days credit 2. That split the 90 days in half. And he is continuing under 7411. See how he is after some forced sobriety time. And we did resolve the traffic case.
I thought he had priors.
His priors.
No, he was on. No, I crossed it out. He was not under 7411.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
I checked the box and then I crossed out 7411, so he's not eligible. But his probation is continued. We'll see how that goes.
We will.
You probably wish to be on probation. All right, thank you all for your help. We've got sentences a bunch at 11. And thanks for your help. I think maybe Judge Patterson came in while on vacation to do that hearing that Melissa was involved in. I'm not clear about that, but I didn't know he was here. All right, thank you all for your help. I'll see you at 11.